Hi, it's me, that friendly neighborhood streamy guy, and we're playing some more RC Revenge. You see, this time I've got it set up properly, and the game window is actually the game window, so that's fun. So let's play that, and make sure it's all still working properly. Okay, yes it is. Very good! Right, sorry for that screeching noise as I just slid my mic across my desk without thinking. So last time, we played through the bronze, silver, gold and platinum cups. You might be thinking, what's left to do after all of that? Well, my friends, have I got news for you. First of all, we unlocked this yellow boy over here, who we will absolutely be playing as, because, I mean, duh. And secondly, now we get to play the bronze reverse cup, which is literally just a bronze cup, but in reverse. And you might say that's lazy, a lazy reuse of content. But I say no. It was, I mean, maybe it was just because I was a kid, I found it fine. But it was like this, it was cool because you got to see the courses from a new perspective, especially someone like me who was very young and probably didn't unlock the bronze reverse cup for a long time. It was super cool to see these stages from a different perspective. And sure, you could always just turn around and race in reverse if you wanted to see it that way, I guess, but there are actually some changes made to these stages. So that they work, because some of them just flat out would not work in reverse if they didn't have slight modifications. I'll point them out as we get to them. But yes, hello. Today I'm alone. I'll try not to cry. Oh, this is Yellow's signature ability. It's a shield that lasts a little bit longer than a regular shield. Try not to get too excited. Yes, that is what that is. Okay, that was weird. We kind of just merged through the environment. PlayStation 1 graphics, eh? Yeah, today we do not have Reese, but that's fine. This is, I mean, when I... Oh, by the way, the series now has a name. It's called Megabyte Avenue, for anyone who's seen the VODs. Also, I'm sucking ass right now. I need to get my act together. To be fair, I haven't played this game since we last streamed it, and that was a while ago. Wow, they all crashed horribly. Okay, that's weird. Maybe that's some weird rubber band tech. Oops. Do you know, I never go the way without a ramp. It's probably been a decade or more since I last went that way. But yeah, Megabyte Avenue was always going to be like this more single-player centric stream. But I was just like, hey, I wanna start this series, and Reese is here, so why not include him? And I'll probably just have a standing invite for him if he's ever around and I want to do one of these streams. So I don't necessarily have like a formula for this series, besides just me playing old childhood games. But that's fine. Alright, let's go left this time. Look, it's so much more safe and boring, and probably the right way to go, now that I think about it. Get away. Oh my god, I murdered him! He's dead! He's fucking dead! No, he's right there, okay. These little freaking fingers in the middle really mess you up. They really harsh your mellow. But yeah. So yeah, literally the second half of this game is just the first half of the game, but in reverse. Which I think a lot of arcadey Star Racers did. Shit! We got second. Oh well, that's fine. I think a lot of arcadey style racers did this back in the day. I know But Ugly Martians did. That's a racing game, which I think was based on a TV show. It's like But Ugly Martians Go Racing or something like that. It's a PS2 game. If I ever get a PS2 emulator up and running, we may add that, but that's probably fairly low on the list of priorities. When it comes to which races we're going to do. You know, it's just occurred to me. Why am I always 8th on the starting grid? If I finish first, I start 8th. If I finish 8th, I still start 8th. It's not fair, is it? It's player discrimination. Every time I see the star, I think it's like an invincibility star from Mario. Which is funny, because back when I was a kid, I was playing this, I didn't even know what Mario was. Like, literally. I remember being in primary school and my friends were like, let's play as Mario characters, like make-believe kind of stuff. I was like, okay, what's Mario? And they were like, you can be Yoshi. I was like, what's a Yoshi? And they were like, oh, he's like this dinosaur dude that no one wants to play as. I was like, oh, hell yeah, dude, I'll be Yoshi. And ever since, I have loved Yoshi. I have a plush of him somewhere in my room, not within eyesight, sadly, but I say that as if I've got a webcam turned on, I do not. Also, since I last streamed this, I have had the soundtrack for it stuck in my head. Well, maybe not stuck in my head, but like I've been humming it off and on for ages. I didn't like forget the soundtrack from my childhood to this game. Like, there's certain games that we'll visit and I'll be like, I do not remember the soundtrack for this, because I don't know, it's like one of the things you tend to not remember, I think. But I totally remember the soundtrack for this, even before I started playing it again. Oh man, my instincts are all wrong, which, you know, is kind of fitting. It's worth mentioning, by the way, that there are also got that just in time, didn't I? There are also mirrored races, so just a standard race, except when you turn left, when you would normally turn left, you're turning right instead. And then there's also mirrored reverse races, but these are all single-player race variants only. They didn't make cups around those ones. I guess they thought that would be too much reused content for like a championship setting. Oh my god, I cannot control this fucking car. Is yellow just harder to control, or am I just out of practice? It didn't take me this long to get back into the groove of it last time I played. It's fun though. I'm so used to just being in first the entire time in this game, because there's no like difficulty settings or anything like that. Typical of Jungle Ranger to be in front now, innit? Although that reminds me, so you may have seen me play Unreal Tournament before and called this one character Loke. I've recently realised it's supposed to be pronounced Locke, and I've been pronouncing it wrong for 20 years. But there was a guy in a World of Warcraft dungeon who used that character's name, and I was like, hey, this is a long shot and totally out of the blue, but have you named yourself that after an Unreal Tournament bot? And he was like, oh my god, yes! Yes, I have! And it was a really cool moment. And it's made me want to start naming more of my my characters' obscure references in World of Warcraft. I do have Core 2 as my Mechanome Hunter, who I've not really played at all, because, you know, gnomes. But his name is a reference to Clank's home planet from Ratchet & Clank, and also my Volpera is called Lombax, which is Ratchet's species. So those... Normally I try and come up with completely unique names for characters, but when it came to Volpera and Mechanomes in World of Warcraft, I decided to go with some more referential stuff. Also, all of my ults that I've never played in World of Warcraft Classic are referential names as well. It's just cool in like a dungeon setting, like that there's like this really, really abstract chance that someone might be like, hey, is this name from here? And it's like, oh my god, yes, someone else. Like, if, like, for instance, my hunter in World of Warcraft Classic, not to just talk about World of Warcraft the entire stream. Sorry, it's who I am as a person. It's fine. My Night Elf Hunter is called Vancha, after Vancha March in the Cirque du Freak series of books, the Darren Shan Vampire Saga. Damn it. Oh, I think I just screwed him over there. That's good. I feel like the shortcut almost isn't worth it in a reverse section because it's so hard to... Oh, Jesus Christ. So hard to regain control afterwards. Yeah. I just completely lost my train of thought. Why am I like this? Alright, yeah. So, my Night Elf Hunter in WoW Classic is called Vancha, and the idea is that maybe one day I'll just be running around in the world and someone will be like, oh, is he named Vancha after the Darren Shan book? So I'm like, oh my god, someone else to talk about the Darren Shan book. So if you know, it's something cool like that. Now, call me paranoid, but I'm just going to check that I did hit go live. Okay, there we go. That's why I lost my stream of thought earlier, because I'm always making checks like that, because the other day I did record a roguelike ramble in one of my favourite games, Heat Signature. I've never done that, and I really want to do that, and I did it. And I muted my mic before I started recording, because I have this habit of when I'm doing long-form recordings, it's usually for the weekly waypoint, and I don't want my mic turned on, because, well, I do post-commentary for those videos. And it was only after recording 15 minutes of video, the entire daily run, that I realised what I did. And I am quite upset. And I can't even like reuse the footage for the weekly waypoint, because there's times when I just pause the game and I'm doing nothing because I'm talking about what I'm gonna do. So yeah, that's a shame. Oh, look at that booty. Look at that booty though. You gotta love that green dino booty. We're focusing too much on a green dino booty, Christian. Get it together. Get your head in the game. Literally in the game. But yeah, so you might be seeing these levels in reverse and thinking, oh, it's fine. It's not too mind-blowing. But you have to understand, I was probably 6 or 7. And these were stages I were intimately familiar with. but now I was being shown a new perspective. And when it comes to so many different aspects of life, I am obsessed with the idea of different perspectives, different points of view, like not just graphically in games and stuff, but like thinking about things like in real life, like, oh, someone will have this point of view because of their experiences shaping them to think this way, and like it makes sense to me now that my brain would latch on to something like that, but back then I didn't even think twice about it, obviously, because it's just a video game. Okay, looks like I'm getting back in the knack. Back in the knack? That's not a saying. Christian people don't say things like that. Also, if we do get the PS2, I might have said this in the other stream, but if we do get the PS2 version of this up and running, I am not opposed to the idea of doing a PS2 version of this game as well. Just be like, hey look, here's all the differences. You can tell when I've run out of things to say at the start of a stream because I start humming the music to the game. I've noticed when I go back through VODs, like the first half an hour of a stream is just me talking non-stop, and then by the final half an hour of a stream it's just like me quietly playing a game and saying something every so often, but I think that's fine. I need to stop like trying to push myself into a streaming style and just accept that the way I stream is my style. Like, when it comes later on, I'm gonna have less to say, because all of my immediate thoughts will be out of the way, and I'll be probably a little bit tired of talking. Oh, I think this might be one of the levels where they had to do something for it to make sense in reverse, but maybe that's the Gold Cup version I'm thinking of. Oh damn, I cannot be shifted, I say, as I get shifted. Yeah, because how would you go up the stairs, right? Yeah, so you go straight forward, I think. Yeah, and then there's like this dirt mound instead. That was this. Oh, fuck's sake! This was not open in the original version. See? So yeah, it's nothing mind blowing again, but for Kid Me, it was very fun and interesting. I was like, oh damn! It's hard to explain like childish fascination of ordinary things, but I imagine most people understand. It's very appropriate to be playing this level right now because it is October, my dudes. It is the spooky month. It's spooky season. And I fucking love Halloween. And I fucking love autumn. And while this year has been awful and some bad stuff has already happened this autumn as well, I'm still going to enjoy spooky season because fuck yeah, dude, spooky season's the best. My god, I swear these levels are much harder in reverse. I probably have like hundreds of hours of practice on like the regular levels and like tens in the reverse levels. Am I gonna get third on this fucking level? Ah no, Canary Griffin, you took the long way round, the silly boy. Oh no. Okay, I avoided the goop. Everything is fine. Oh shit. Okay. This is like the best power up in the game, by the way. Because you can do that. Bye! You're stuck in a bubble for like 4 seconds. Ah! Ah! Did you just shoot a rocket backwards at me, you cheeky bugger? Okay, second, but it's probably fine, right? Let's have a look at these points. Yeah, we're fine. Da-na-na-na, second. I like how most racing games have that. They have like the music for winning, and then they have like the "you came not first." I mean, it's like you got to feel bad about yourself. It's like I really feel bad about myself on a day-to-day basis. Why are you doing this to me, game? You know, I think I'm realizing I don't like playing as Jan. Like, I always feel like this need to play as like the most recent car I've unlocked in this game, or I did as a kid, and I'm just emulating that now. Literally. Oh damn, these boys don't know how to fix themselves. Bye. But I feel like it's not always the best choice to go with the most recent car. See, I almost lost my train of thought, but I got it back. Yeah, if you can fire rockets backwards, I can fire mines forwards, bitch. You best watch it. You best watch it. Because this next straight, you're toast. You're toast! Ha! He's like, curse me and my predictable AI movements. By the way, I think I've decided next time I have like a little bit of disposable income, which should hopefully be soon, because I finally arranged some overtime. I might invest in a decent microphone, because this one that I've been using for like 3 years I think it's decent audio quality, but it has a lot of background fuzz. I think it stands well by itself, but when you like compare it to like Reese's microphone and stuff in the Pictures Without Pictures podcast, it definitely stands out. And I know like he's on Discord, so there's like noise cancellation, but just like in general, I think I could do with a better quality microphone. And I literally spent like a tenner on this microphone, so I was like, I'm gonna want a microphone to do some fun video stuff with. And at the time, like, the concept of spending money on my video making hobby seemed insane, because I wasn't making much money at the time. I hadn't been making money for long, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna put money into a thing that's not giving money back, because I viewed this as more of like a people do this as a job, so why should I spend money doing it for free? But given how much I use a fucking microphone and have done over the last 3 years, I think it's safe to say it will be a good investment. So yeah, I'll probably do that at some point. I won't go for like a super expensive one still, but I'll go for one that's definitely more I hesitate to say studio quality, because I imagine that is what the more expensive ones are, but I don't know, I could spend like £50-60 on a microphone, and like I'll sound silky smooth and it'll be lovely, and everyone will be like, wow, that Critigri guy's voice sure is high quality. I'm going to subscribe to him now. In the YouTube sense, that is. I wouldn't expect anyone to do that on here, mostly because it's not a thing. Why have I got the lightning strike? I'm in first place. But yeah, it's not a thing until like you partner, and I'm not working towards that at all. I just do this for fun. For funsies. And I do have some fun. Because sometimes I think about like, could I be more consistent with the content I put out, and like more consistent with the times I stream at? I'm like, I would do that for money, but I would have to do that to get to a point where I might be able to start earning money, and I'm worried it would kill the fun for me before I ever got that far, especially given like, not to sound unambitious, but how much of a competitive fucking job that is. Like, there are thousands and thousands of people who like are trying to make it as like a streamer for a living, or a YouTuber for a living, and most of them don't. We only hear about the success stories because obviously they're the ones with millions of subscribers and, you know, thousands of followers, and I got that the wrong way around, but you know what I mean. And there's a reason why we hear about those. It's because we are the followers. But yeah, I can picture myself trying to do this as like a job. I would like to have it as a job, but I can't see myself surviving the journey to get there, especially given that it's such a chance-based thing. And there's other factors that go into it, of course, like how well you are at putting yourself out there and marketing yourself. For me, that's about 0. And also like your charisma, and like the actual like physical quality of the content you put out. Like, are you able to record in like 1080p from like everything, like Switch, everything, which is the money sink again. It's a whole thing. But I've heard some horror stories about people who get like in this spiral of not making it, and then like, yeah, basically, yeah. Anyway, so he's got like 60% handling, and I normally use this guy who has much better handling. That would explain why I'm having trouble. And what about Jungle Ranger, who I've also used recently? Oh, he's this way, silly me. Yeah, he's also got good handling. So that would explain why I've been having trouble playing as Yella. So let's not play as Yella again. Shall we play as Dark Avenger? I've never done that. I've played this game so much, but I've hardly ever strayed from the usual ones I play as. I have vague memories of playing as Fat Trucker once and then never going back. Oh, pardon me. Alright, now we get to see Calamity Canyon in reverse. It'd be cool if like the order of the tracks was reversed as well, but alas, I would have to go back in time 20 years and be like, hey, it would be cool if you did this. Jesus, I didn't even think about that. This game is 20 years old. That's insane. Because I think it did come out in 2000. Or 1999 maybe, and then like the remake came out in 2000. Or maybe the remake came out in 2001, I'm not sure. Am I going the right way? Okay. It's very difficult to tell on this reverse scheme. Now keep an eye out for a new car who may or may not be in this race. If I remember right. Get fucked. I think this is the first time I've even had the missiles in this entire playthrough. Like, including the previous stream. Because I'm looking at that icon, I'm going, ah, I remember that. And I would have already had that thought process if I had had this power-up before, right? I'm sure I would. Oh my god, I was watching my dad play this level a few weeks back. And he just kept, as soon as he got to like the intersection, he would like turn left or right. I'd be like, what are you doing? Just go straight forward. It's not hard. Whoops. Speaking of something that isn't hard. It's not hard to remember which way. Oh my god. What am I doing? This isn't a bloody mirrored level, Christian. I think talking about turning's got me all messed up. Oh, I probably just helped him there. Oh, this isn't going well. Look, I'm right in the middle of a pack now. It's funny because as I'm playing this, I'm having ideas like, ooh, I should start a series of streams where I play different racing games. But that would overlap with Megabyte Avenue tremendously. But I might just start streaming some racing games in the future, not as like a part of a series, but just like, that's more of a thing that I do. It'll be 2035 and I still won't have figured out what kind of streaming channel I want to be. I want to make that clear right now. I'm never going to get there and be like, ah, I'm finally a blank streamer. I mean, I think the word is variety streamer, to be fair, but then there's going to be times when I'm just streaming World of Warcraft for months on end, so... Shit! On a stick. Which is gross. I don't know why I say that, or where I got it from, but it is gross. Get out of here, Canary Wolf, or whatever your name is. Canary XL. Right, turn left here, Christian. There we go. And left again. There's even a fucking signpost. You stay there. Thank you. Yeah, as far as racing games goes, I'm playing Need for Speed Payback at the minute, which I thought was a pretty decent game, right? It's like much better than the 2015 reboot in many ways. And Rivals was pretty good too, but I saw this Reddit thread. I know I shouldn't fucking take the opinions of Reddit threads with any amount of like respect, but people were just talking about how shit like Payback was. I was like, it's fine. I don't know if they patched it and it had like a rough launch, or there were more microtransactions originally or something, but it seems fine. It's not even like an always online on a server game like Rivals and 2015 are. Like, I haven't seen any other players racing around so far anyway. Maybe there's just not many online, but like, I don't understand what the hate is about that game. It seems a way... I know people like Heat. I've only played a little bit of Heat. But it seems way better than the previous games. So I even don't mind the story. And people are like, oh yeah, obviously the story is shit. It's like, no. I don't hate the characters. I'm actually kind of invested in the plot a little bit. Like, I know it's fairly generic, but come on. Maybe that's just because I've never seen most of the Fast and Furious movies. Oh, crikey. Sorry, that came out of nowhere. Oh, blimey. Alright, let's go boat first. Oh. Oh, here we go again. Oh, I was at work the other day and I really needed to sneeze, but I had my mask on. And I'm surprised that hadn't happened to me already, because obviously I've been wearing a mask for months. But I literally had to like lift my mask up and sneeze in the nick of time, and I kept thinking it was the last sneeze, and I kept having more sneezes to do, and I was getting very frustrated. sneezing into my elbow, of course, because otherwise what's the fucking point of wearing a mask if I'm just going to spread my germs all around the shop? And to be fair, it wasn't even out on the shop floor. So, stop judging me! And to the one person who's watching this VOD in 2027, they're now going, oh right, yeah, this was recorded during the time that COVID was happening. Or the main pandemic part of COVID was happening, because, good god, it seems like we're going to be dealing with this for the rest of my life. Oh, that wasn't fun. Banana. Aye, you sod. Stealing my power-ups. Alright, let's go as our RC car this time. See you later, Jungle Ranger. See you on the other side. Not, because I'll be ahead. Yeah, I like to smack talk NPCs. I wish this game would get a remake, like a PS4 or PS5 remake, because, well, I say PS5, I'm not actually going to own one, so at least not for a few years. But just like a current gen remake, just because it'd be nice to play it online. Like, we don't necessarily need amazing graphics, and it doesn't have to be like a big deal of a game. They don't have to market the shit out of it, like with a new Crash game, or with a Crash remakes like they did. They could just put it up there as like a little indie thing, little indie remake. I just want to play this online with people. I think it would be a lot of fun. Because the problem with these guys is they're too easy. Like, I hardly ever lose to them. This stream is some of the most losing I've ever done in this game. And that's just 'cause I was playing as Yella for a while though. Again, when I'm in first place I should not be given the lightning power up. I don't know why that happens. Maybe it's just like a really low chance. This is the kind of thing where it's like such a niche game, at least to the best of my understanding. It'll probably come out, but it was one of the most popular games on the PS1. But to my understanding, it's like such a niche game, but if someone came along and was like, hey, there's like an entire developer diary about this game, I would lose my shit. I'd be like, oh my fucking god. Confirmation that this game exists. Like, obviously it exists because I'm playing it, but do you ever get that? You have like a niche game that you love, and because no one ever talks about it, it's almost like, does this game exist beyond me? And like, obviously it does. Like, I'm not that much of a fucking egomaniac, but I don't know, it's weird like that. I think the thing I'm most excited for when I finish the stream is the idea of like, now I get to think of what PlayStation game I'm going to do a Megabyte Avenue on next. And I've got some ideas. I've already got a couple downloaded. The thing is, you have to be careful with the downloads, because obviously there could be viruses, and I don't want to fuck up my PC and not be able to stream anymore. And these are all games I own. I'm not going to be downloading any games I don't own, so fucking internet please. Check your freaking small text, small print, that's the one. Check your legalese, because pretty sure it says there, if you own a game, you're allowed to emulate it. I don't know if that means you have to emulate it from a disc, but shh, don't worry about that. I know Nintendo will get very iffy with you if you're a Nintendo content creator and then they find out you're using an emulator. But, yeah, no, emulators have always been a weird grey area. But I mean, like, without this I wouldn't be able to stream this game. And if it was a PC game, it'd be abandonware by now anyway. Actually, I wonder if the game did have a PC version. That would be interesting. I'm debating that, by the way. For games like Roll Cage Stage 2, do I emulate it? Or do I download the PC abandonware version? Because that would look better. Although it might be harder to run, actually, now that I think about it, if it is abandonware. But I don't know, that's something I have to think about. If anyone's got any ideas, let me know. Sorry, I'm just going to have a quick drink of my Pepsi. You can hear me opening it live on stream. You know what, Christian? You know what a professional thing would be to do? Mute your fucking mic! Alright, I've had my swig. Back to work! Oh, 20 to 1. Fucking forgot about that. I did not understand that joke as a kid. But I do now. By the way, that UFO you just saw flying away is literally the cart you can unlock for doing all of the time trials. Or I think beating all of a certain time in the time trials. I don't know, I just know it's time trial related. And I'm very gassy because I just drank a bunch of Pepsi. I need to like start drinking water on stream or something so I don't burp as much. Good load of that content. What is this? Is this some kind of fucking shortcut? Oh yeah, I remember this shortcut. I just didn't use it when I was doing it. Ah, this is... Yeah, I forgot there's like 2 shortcuts. This is like the not as good shortcut. I want to know who designed this track and what their thought process was behind it. Because that is such a clear and obvious shortcut. That, why would anyone ever go the other way? Well, I guess I just did, but... I don't know, on a reverse track it's harder to pass. But maybe that's just because, again, I've played it less. Ah, it's sweeping me away. You can really hit those weird corners at the correct angle. Like here. Alright, so I clearly missed the door. Yeah, it was here. I just got so distracted by the other shortcut that I literally forgot existed. But look, it's so much faster, it's ridiculous. I think the reason why I'm always like so far ahead in this track is because, you know, look at what the dots are doing on the map. They don't tend to take the massive obvious shortcut that puts you so far ahead. I think just this particular track was done weirdly. Damn it. I don't know, maybe I should stream modern racing games as like critique resumes. Because that's the title of video clips. Like, you know how I have like miscellaneous shenanigans and adventures in Azeroth or adventures as Cassandra, or sorry, that's adventures in ancient Greece, but like adventures as characters as well. I feel like I could do critique resumes as like a live stream variant as well, where I'm just playing racing games. I could do some Grid, I could do some Wipeout, I could do some Gran Turismo, I could do some indie titles like Super Toy Cars, and oh, what's the name of it? It's this Outrun style game that came out recently, or maybe not recently, but within the last few years. It was a PS Plus title. I played a whole bunch of it a few months ago. What's it called? Oh, I don't know. That's really bugging me now, actually. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, what's the fucker called? Horizon Chase Turbo. Can you blame me? Not a great name, but it is a great game. And the thing is, though, I also want to stream a whole bunch of Xbox Game Pass games when my Series S arrives. Because I'm doing a monthly blog post about those games, but I figure I might as well stream them while I play them as well. Not all of them, but, you know, like, if I'm just checking out an indie title on Game Pass, it seems like a good format for a stream. But then those risk clashing as well. If I have critic resumes... Oh shit, yeah, this is in reverse, so it's literally just go right instead of left. That's really dumb. So if I have critic resumes... then that would overlap with not just Megabyte Avenue, but also some potential Game Pass streams, if I call that something. You see, this is what goes on in the brain of a content creator. Shit. Okay, so yeah, this is like a mandatory path through. It used to be just like an alternate path, but now it's mandatory because there's no way to get up onto the bed. So again, small changes for the reverse versions of the games. Good lord, returning on this guy's awful. This is probably the kind of truck that you do want yellow for. His problem was he turned way too much. Oh no! Damn it. Oh, this is not looking good for Team Avenger. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on what streams of those sound good, do let me know. It's weird though, because whenever I think about what content I can stream, I have so many ideas. Like, oh, I could do this, or I could do this. I could do this as like a series. But when it comes to like how often I actually have the bug to go out and stream, it's super come and go. Like, I'll stream No Man's Sky for 5 hours, and then that was like, what, a week and a half ago maybe? I've lost track of time, to be honest, but... And then like, I streamed for like 10 days in a row earlier this year, and then like not for a month. I'm probably like the worst guy to follow, because it's like, oh, is Christian streaming ever again? But I have so many plans for streaming, it just depends on when I actually want to make the time to do it. There's lots of things in my life that are like that, to be honest. I'm very good at coming up with plans for things, not so much finding the effort to execute those ideas. Now that I say that, actually, I'm just like, holy shit, that applies to so many things in my life, that's not even funny. Yeah, I'm number one, alright. So it's weird how you can kind of see cars around corners when they're in the wall. I'm not sure if that's an emulator bug, or whether it was always that way and I just never noticed. Could be either or. I don't really know how emulator bugs affect games, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't even really fucking know how emulators work, it's wizardry to me. It's kind of weird to see that tentacle like that, of like just completely static. I think in the PS2 version it does wiggle around. I think this might be one of my least favourite tracks, just 'cause it has such little direction to it, especially in the... I'll probably just go boat mode all 3 times, because the actual non-boat racing is super hard to navigate. Just like that sentence was, apparently. Jesus Christ. Someone call a grammar, please. Or the syntax, please, or whoever the fuck. Do I swear too much? I've been wondering that lately. Maybe I swear too much. Jesus Christ! Because I'm of two minds, right? I like swearing. It's a fun thing to add to your speech. It adds punchiness. I'm not doing it on purpose to be edgy. It's literally just a habit at this point. It's good for emphasis. And people who get offended by swear words, I think, are dumb. But on the flip side, I did have a kid come to my YouTube channel the other day and say, nice video, didn't like all the swearing in it though. I was like, oh shit, kids could find this content. And while I personally don't think there's anything wrong with swearing, it's kind of complicated in that if my nieces just started like dropping F-bombs all the time, I'd be like, oh, what's going on here? Like, to me it would indicate something about like their personalities or something, which is kind of contrary to what I believe, but you know, it's a weird double-edged sword thing, isn't it? Well, it's not, because that's not how you use the phrase double-edged sword, but damn it. Oh, I got myself like an idiot. I don't know. I guess now that I think more about it, the whole argument that swearing's fine because it's just words and we made them up, and so the fact that we're offended by them is kind of dumb. I think that ignores the entire fact of what language is to begin with, and the fact that expletives, like, you're not offended by the word fuck, you're offended by the context that it's used in, potentially. So, for instance, I think most rational people wouldn't be annoyed with me going, oh fuck, I just crashed. But I think most rational people would be upset with me going, fuck you, like, for no reason. Like, if I wasn't joking around, I was being serious. So, yeah, I think it all comes down to context, doesn't it? But just when it comes to everyday speech, like I totally understand if like you use too many f-bombs or whatever, and it kind of becomes like, are you trying to be edgy or something? Or it's like, no. I just have a lot of pent-up aggression. Okay, so we didn't see Sarge in that cup, I don't think. Which is weird, because I think we're supposed to. We're definitely doing the PS2 version, but Sarge is the newest unlockable character, and he's a police car! And I think it's quite a cute little design. However, a cab, so let's play as this guy instead. I say a cab. Do I really want to go into all of that on this stream? I don't necessarily 100% agree with the phrase, but I agree with the reason, or I agree with... I don't disagree with the people who use it, basically. I just think the phrase... Oh my god, do I really want to get into this on this fucking stream? It's not important. It's fine. It's not important. Let's move on. Oh, Jesus Christ. I agree with the sentiment. I agree with the important parts of it. Let's leave it there. I guess my whole thing is just a fucking... What's the word? Nitpick. That's not useful to any argument, so I shouldn't even really bring it up. So, yeah. RC Revenge. I did not save that, did I? It's interesting that, like, if I'm playing as Yella, then obviously Yella's not in the cup. I sometimes wonder how AI cars are programmed in and stuff. Okay, yeah. Like, because do they have like set values of which is most likely to win, or is it randomized each time which one is on top? I've never paid enough attention to really notice, if I'm being honest. So yeah, we're now doing a cup where it's the original races but with more added to them, like more racy parts, more track added to it, like in a different longer route, but it's in reverse. Lots of modifiers. I'm still sad that Revolt gets way more love than I don't care. It has like a modding community, like, damn dude. I don't know what it is about this game that just didn't seem to take off, or if I've just been in the wrong groups. Because I'm always surprised when someone says they played it. Surprised and delighted. I don't know why I said delighted like that, I'm sorry, that was very... I want to get this guy in a bubble, because if he's in a bubble, then he's no longer any trouble, you know? Get over here. I hardly ever successfully hit them with a bubble like it intended. I usually have to like brush up against them and do it. What? That's splashed on nothing. Fucking Splashgate over here. It's all a goddamn conspiracy to get me stuck in second place. This guy is not giving up. Oh, I fucked it. Probably helps someone doing stupid things like that. Was that a planet in the sky I just saw? I thought the whole point was that this was meant to be on Mars. Or was it maybe just one of Mars's moons? I think Mars has... Does Mars have 2 moons? Or does Mars have 1? Does Mars even have a moon? I feel like I should know this. I want to say Phobos. Oh my god, I should know this. Hang on. This is going to bug me until I know about it. Mars moons. Oh, I was right. Thank fuck. Phobos and Deimos. Alright. I thought it was going to be like Phobos is obviously a moon of Jupiter. What the hell is this guy talking about? But you know, I'm allowed to be wrong about things. So wait, does that mean that... I'm trying to remember what happens in the original Doom games. Is one of them set on Phobos? Because I know there's a level called the Phobos Anomaly? Or is that just like the names of the facilities? Because I know one of them takes place on Mars and one of them takes place on the Moon. It's been a while. I need to brush up on my fucking original Doom lore. We finally got him trapped in a bubble. So we'll never see him again. Because balance. I wonder if the issue with this game is it doesn't have rubber banding. Because I just dominate these guys sometimes. I wonder if rubber banding would make it more fun or less fun. I feel like maybe if you introduce rubber banding, you've got to make it so that being first isn't the most important thing for progression. There's kind of a balance there. And to be fair, it isn't, because this is like a tournament. But as far as I remember, the same cars typically tend to win or come second consistently in each tournament. And I think it's based on like the starting grid. Oh, right, I forgot. We're on the extended version. We go right? Yes, we do. Good lord, get a hold of yourself, man. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is about this level specifically, but I can't stop humming the music to. But I won't apologise, even though I just did. Christian Richmond 2020. Oh, it's such a fucking risky move throwing a mine forwards, especially in a boat level. Get singed! Get singed again! How do you like me now? I was really like... I just need to have this, like, on my phone. I haven't looked it up, you know, but I sincerely doubt they separately released the soundtrack to this game and it's on Spotify. However, I'm sure someone has ripped it from the game files. Oh, I don't know if it's a PS1 game, that might be more difficult. I'm sure someone's at least recorded it from the game and put it up on YouTube that I can put in my alternative multiversal melody soundtrack. And not alternative as in the genre, alternative as in the ones that aren't available on Spotify. I was thinking about this morning, right? Oh, Jesus. How we treat streaming services. Because when it comes to Netflix and things like Game Pass and PlayStation Now, we accept that things are here temporarily and then they leave again. But that's not the case with Spotify. When it comes to music streaming, I can't think of any occasion... Well, I can think of occasions where songs have mysteriously disappeared and it's been unfortunate, but not many of those. And I can't think of any occasions where you've... Oh, Jesus Christ. You really screwed me over there. I can't think of any occasions where, like, it was outright stated that this is here for 6 months, or that this is going away now, because of its hit its time limit kind of a thing. And I wonder what it is about music that makes it like that, because I would be really miffed, and this might happen in the future, to be fair, but I'd be really miffed if this, like, 1,000+ song playlist I've built up in Multiversal Melodies suddenly started having things removed from it, because then it's like, that was the reason I was so hesitant to do the YouTube one, because that's something that happens on YouTube, because sometimes the owners of those will just, they will get taken down, or they'll just take them down themselves for no reason, and it's like, ugh. But Spotify is so reliable. This is not an ad for Spotify. Other streaming services are available, by the way. Spotify need to fucking pay me if they want me to do their advertising for them. It also occurred to me that I don't think Spotify is owned by any of, like, the major corporations like Amazon or Google, or maybe they are owned by Google. I feel like that would be something that makes sense, but I don't think they are. I think they are just independent. And it's like, damn, You don't see that very often these days. Like, usually when something gets to a certain size, it gets bought. Like fucking Oculus. Which is a goddamn shame, because Facebook suck. But yeah. I wouldn't want it, by the way, to be bought by one of the bigger corporations. I think that would be bad. And this is when I look like an idiot because everyone knows it's owned by Google or something like that. But no, because Google have Google Music and YouTube Music and all that stuff. And it wouldn't be Amazon because Amazon have their own music thing, which is a bit shit. Who else? Apple have their own music. I think it is literally an independent thing. That's really cool. Because, like, how much must it cost to get music rights to stream it? Like, I don't understand. But I don't understand a lot about the business side of streaming things, especially when it comes to Xbox Game Pass and stuff like that. Like, everyone was really surprised recently when an article came out where Phil Spencer was like, yeah, because of the way we operate Game Pass, we have to have millions and millions of subscribers if we want to make money off of it. It's really hard to make money off of Game Pass. Everyone's like, oh, really? It's so successful though, kind of thing. Like, oh, I think the headline was like, it's not making much money or something like that. And I was like, oh, it's not. It's so successful, and that was the reasoning behind it. But I remember, like, I already had that thought ages before. Like, if you are putting together a library of hundreds of games from many, many different publishers and developers, and you're basically saying to them, we're going to let people play your games, but they only have to give us, Microsoft, £8 a month to have access to this library of games, which your game's included in. They would have to pay... I don't know a lot about business, I should probably point that out. But they would have to pay the developers, or the publishers, sorry, a lot of money. I don't know if it would be upfront, or just like for every month it's on Game Pass, which would probably explain the time-limited stuff, or both. But yeah, I imagine they have to probably pay the publishers a fucking lot to have that on Game Pass, and then like a cut from it, obviously, of like their Game Pass money. And it's like, how do you do that if you're not Microsoft? Because Microsoft has fucking money for days. Like, you can see them starting that shit up. If you're an independent company, like I'm assuming Spotify is, I'll probably pause it and have a look in a minute. How do you do that? How does that even happen? I know Spotify used to have lots of weird things to it. Like, it used to have lots of different tiers of membership, and then for the free part of Spotify, instead of just ads, you would have like, because I know that they run off ads and stuff, like, and their premium. Like, I know how they make money. I just don't know how they make enough of it. Or how they started off. But I know that originally, like, because I was using it back in 2010 and stuff, you would have like 30 free listens per month or 60 free listens per month. Like, there was a certain amount of songs you could listen to, and then it would cut you off and be like, okay, next month or next week or something. And then they changed it so it was just unlimited with ads, and then they changed it back, and it was like you could earn more minutes or something. I don't even remember. And then eventually it became the model it is today, and I just get premium these days because, you know, I have a fucking job. I can afford that shit. Oh. Luckily. I feel so bad for, like, anyone who's out of a job right now. Like, whenever I get down in the dumps about my job and, like, wanting to work doing something else, I have to remind myself, like, right now there are so many people without jobs that need them, so I should probably be a little bit more, maybe not necessarily grateful for my job, but understand that I'm lucky that I am currently in a place where I have one. So I think we're on about our 7th tangent from now. I feel like I keep going off on different tangents and talking about things based on tangents, but I guess that's just how solo commentary works. I'm not sure why I'm suddenly bringing it up. You understand this by now. Basically, I'm just a chatterbox, and I've been told that all my life, and in the modern world, turns out that's a valuable skill, so there you go, putting it on my CV. Hey, I never shut up, hire me. Sir, you're applying to be a librarian? Oh, fuck. Well, I read about one book a year these days because I have a degree in creative writing and I definitely utilise that aspect of my identity effectively. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Get the... Okay, I wasted those. Oh, that's... Oh, I thought that was a fake pickup. Okay. Goodbye. I wonder if the difficulty actually ramps up as well. Like, I know the levels are obviously more complex, but... Okay, so this is a big one. As far as reverse levels goes, the Gold Cup version you would jump off of a disc thing there. But here, you would have to drive up to that disc thing, so they added this little vent. And when I say big thing, maybe it's like 10 seconds. Or 5 seconds or something, but... you know, I was like, whoa, it's something different. We've already had this conversation of how easy it was to blow my 5-year-old mind, or 6-year-old mind. Good lord, that's something. I was like 5 or 6 when I played these games, and now I know some actual 5 or 6-year-olds. I'm like, I can't imagine them playing games. Maybe I was older, and I just always assume I was younger. Maybe I was like 10. I don't fucking know. I played a lot of PlayStation when I was a kid, though. And nothing's changed. I remember when I was talking to my manager in work a year or two ago, I was like, oh, so what kind of games do you like to play? He was like, oh, what, like video games? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, I don't play those. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, last video game I played was probably like Crash Bandicoot on PS1. And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, like my age or maybe like slightly older. And it legitimately blew my mind that this person didn't play video games. I was like, what do you do? I didn't say that to his face because obviously, but movies, TV, walk the dog. But like, it was at that point I realised just how ingrained it is in my personality that I play video games, and I fucking love video games. I'm interested in how they're developed. I'm interested in how the industry works. Like, I think this just goes beyond a mere thing that I do to fill my time these days. And I don't think I like them to an unhealthy degree. There's always that concern of like, are you just spending every waking hour of the day playing video games? You definitely shouldn't be doing that. And while I do play a lot of fucking video games, I don't think it's in the range of unhealthiness. Like, could I be better at managing my life? Yes. Do video games have a part in that? Yes. But like, there's you know, there's fucking, what's the word? Fucking a scale to it. That's the word. Oh, fucking tackling some heavy topics today for no reason at all. I keep talking myself into these corners. But that's fine. This is why I need to have Reese on here with me, because then he'll be like, ah, I just got killed, this gun's really good in Destiny. I'll be like, okay, good, thanks. You've stopped me from spiralling into a pit of existentialism. Which I didn't just do. I was wondering earlier today if I overuse the term existential dread, and I probably do. I was wondering if it's as annoying as people who misuse the term OCD. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think I should just replace the term existential dread with just dread. Just general dread. Because I think that's what I mean most of the time. I like how I'm talking about all of this and meanwhile on like the sunniest, happiest go lucky level there is in the game. I want to use this bubble on someone, but I'm too far ahead. It's boring. Give me a fucking challenge, innit? Although I think this is probably the last race in the cup. I don't know if the Gold Cup swapped it around so that the Acclaim Studios one is at the end. But yeah, is this what the makers of this game are saying that their offices look like? Because damn, I want to work there. Apart from maybe the 2D milk. That always did weird me out. You know, I think I like the second place or lower music more. Oh yeah, they just mix around. Alright then. By the way, the controller I'm using right now, I've had for like... God. I'm trying to remember. When did I get my fucking laptop? I think this controller is like 7 years old. It's like an Xbox 360 controller. And I bought it for use with like, you know, games on my laptop like Skyrim and stuff. Shit! Okay, this did not go as planned. Oh, I did get someone with online though, so that's good. Whoops. Ah! Oh yeah, shortcut. See what I mean? We saw yellow around the corner there when we shouldn't have logically been able to. Shit. Oh, which way do I go? Is it this way? It's not that way. Luckily I think everyone else is just as confused. I'm saved by the ineptitude of this game's AI. It is weird that you have that, like, big ramp around the back of the circle there. Because nobody uses it, apart from... Well, the AI use it, which is the issue. Like, it's there, so they use it sometimes. Is it literally just put in there to give the player a chance, because the player will never use it? Right. I think some of my Pepsi went down the wrong way earlier. Don't fire a rocket at me to set me up. Okay. That was rude. That wasn't my mine from earlier, was it? I thought it hit someone, but maybe not. Alas. I have foiled my own plans. You gotta throw out a good alas at least once a stream, haven't you? Alas! Oh, fuck's sake. I guess it's still half a shortcut. Shit. I like how a game always thinks I'm 7th when I'm at this portion of the course. I'm not 7th. You just wait and see. See, I'm 6th, which is much better. It's not much better, it's actually really bad. I'm really embarrassed with my performance in this particular race. Please don't bring it up. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay, see you later, buddy. He's just taking a nap in the doorway. Don't worry, we've all been there, especially this year. Dark Griffin! Well, not Dark Griffin, Griffin XL. And also, that wasn't even the last map. Last lap, even. So I just screamed for no reason. I'm sorry, everyone. Oh my god, could I stop driving into the wall? Yikes. Oh my god. RC cars, who would have them? Don't do that. Oh, I forgot that takes us both out. Right. It's not like the bubble. Or I can just abuse it. I think this game is so fun because the cars are hard to control, you know? That being said... I had no trouble with that shortcut in the correct version. Also, was that a table glued to the side of a wall? How is that spooky? Is it like, oh, it's being held there by a ghost? Get out of here, Yellow. Where's your shield now, huh? Nothing can stop me, I've got a shield. Uh-oh. Okay, a tree stopped me. In an unfortunate turn of events. Um. What? Okay. So I think this is because of what we were talking about earlier, but my mobile device, which was provided by the company which is famous for its search engine, decided that I had decided to search for glitter side of a wool hat. Glitter side of a wool hat. It's given me a whole bunch of women hair wrap things instead, so that was interesting. Also, Pretty Patel has emailed me. Get the fuck out of my inbox. I don't know who put me on a Tory emailing list, but it is not funny. I probably had to fucking sign up for one of their bullshit petition things that they didn't listen to. I don't know, that's probably not how it works. Alright, the final cup is here. By the way, we will not be doing the time trial things, because they're boring. This is a game... There are some games where I really like the time trial stuff, but this is a game which thrives with opponents and weapons, and it would just be boring otherwise. So we're not gonna do the time trials. I do apologise to everyone if that's upsetting in any way. But hey, here we go, Platinum Reverse Cup, and this one unlocked the coolest car in the whole game. I'll see if he's on the actual racing list. I'm not sure if he is. And I'll do a few races with him at the end as well, just to kind of show him off, because we are only... Oh, we're an hour and 7 minutes into the stream. Okay. But I'll still do some races at the end and show him off. Let's go! I like how everyone went for the boatway. Okay, maybe not everyone. It sure felt like it at the time, okay? I like how some of these extended areas have like... Oh, by the way, that's Sarge's power. He turns his sirens on to do a speed boost. I like how some of the shortcuts, or not shortcuts, some of the alternate routes in these races is like, oh, it was this door which was previously shut, is now open, how cool is that? And some are just like, this was a wall before and now it's not a wall. It's like, wait, what? Also, I just instinctually threw out a mine there to try and combat a missile. I've just realised that's not a thing in this game. Like, it probably can be done with the right timing, but it's usually... obviously in Mario Kart you can hold the turtle shell out behind you, and in other games there's actually like counter mechanics and stuff like that. But in this game, that's not a thing. I guess it's because it's an RC game and not a kart racing game. They are different, but slightly different subgenres. But yeah, just realised that as I did it. Alright, let's go the RC way. I keep almost saying the kart way, but again, these are not karts, as you can hear by the engine sounds. I really wish, like, I know they won't remake RC Revenge, but I really wish someone would make a kart racer like RC Revenge again. Like I said, Super Toy Cars, like, there are some indie games out there which are similar, but they're closer to Micro Machines. I've yet to play anything in modern times that handles like this. If any of you know of any games like RC Revenge that have been made in the last 10 years, please let me know. I would be delighted to play them. And see if they're any good. I mean, like, nothing will ever beat this because nostalgia goggles, of course, but that doesn't change the fact that I fucking love this kind of game, even today. Okay. Ain't nothing to shoot a rocket at. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum. I did try Formula 1 All-Stars Racing, which is like a kart racer, but again, that's a kart racer. I feel like I didn't give that enough of a go, though. Like, I went, this game's good. This is how long ago I tried it. I tried it on my laptop, and it was like overheating my laptop. My laptop had a huge overheating problem, so I just like never played it again. It was on my list of games to try when I got my new PC, like, fucking like 4 years ago at this point. Yeah. I never did, so I probably should try that game soon. Maybe it'll be on Xbox Game Pass, but it doesn't even matter if it is because I already own it on Steam. So why would I want to play a fucking service version of it? Let's. I know Game Pass is cool and all, but let's not get too silly with it. I did a big old blog post about. I basically looked through every game that's currently on Game Pass, and I put everyone I had an inkling of interest in on a list and did like a sentence or two about it. And that turned out to be a very long blog post. But I was trying to limit it to games that I don't own somewhere else or that I've never played before. But there were a couple on there which were kind of cheaty. Like Oblivion. Because that's not on Game Pass right now, but it should be soon because Microsoft now owns ZeniMax and they said all their games will be available on Game Pass. And I want to see what Morrowind and Oblivion are like with Xbox backwards compatibility. I want to see what it's like. Get them graphics up. Obviously, it's not going to be like a fucking developer-made upgrade, so the graphics aren't going to change, but, you know, a bit of upscaling never hurt anyone. You know what? I'm going to have to be right back. Sorry, give me a minute. Or potentially 10. That's what I've been humming for like the last however long I've been gone. I'm back though. I'm back. Duty called, but I have returned to finish the race. I was gonna say finish the fight, but it's not a fight I'm having. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dearie me, this is not good. Fam. I'm losing it, fam. I say fam now, I don't care anymore. It's a thing that I say, get used to it. Please. I should be polite to you, my audience. Oh, my nose is suddenly extremely itchy because I'm doing a very important race. Can you imagine if I lost the Platinum Reverse Cup? I would have to, like, rethink everything about my hopes and dreams and who I am as a person and who I aspire to be in the future. It would be devastating. Absolutely devastating. Give me a missile. Oh. I mean, it's the best item in the game, but it ain't got much range. It's hard to pull off. There you go. Have it, mate. Watch him finish last now. Oh, masterful handling by me. If I do say so myself, which I do, so there you go. This reminds me of that one level from Overwatch. Because nothing has ever used a pop-up street of different coloured cowboy houses as a trope before. I know they're probably not called cowboy houses, but work with me here. I'm very ill-informed. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're still good. Okay, we're fine. You need to stop panicking every time I make a noise. This is the part where I've run out of commentary. If you're wondering, like, why is he not saying anything? I was thinking about the few minutes of Twitter I just browsed, and nothing about that was fun, so we're not going to discuss it here on the stream. It was all bastard American politics, which is not much more fun than bastard UK politics, but, you know. Is that like a flying train? No, for a second I thought it was flying for some reason. I didn't know trains could fly. Like, what's the point of it being a train if it can fly? You get me? Oh, by the way, so I put out a thoughts on video on season 1 of Avatar: Legend of Korra yesterday, last night. I have since watched half of season 2. So expect another one of those very soon. Although I think out of all, like, potentially unhealthy habits to have, binge watching a series is maybe the most understandable of them. I don't think anyone's going to judge me for binge watching something. But I'll tell you what, I'll tell you my worst instance of binge watching something is when I discovered anime. The first anime I ever watched was Bleach. And my friend introduced it to me, and I watched the first episode. I went, huh, that was kind of cool how he had a big sword and stuff. And I watched episode 2 and went, oh, I don't know about this, because this was when, like, a lot of the side characters were introduced, like in the school. I was like, oh, I don't know, it's all very exaggerated. Like, every single action is super exaggerated. I remember thinking that. And then I watched episode 3, and then I watched episode 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, 11, and 12, and 13, 14, 15, and 16, and 17, and 18, 19, and 20, and 21, and 22, and then I called it a day. I fell into Bleach hard. I think I spent my entire day off of school, it was probably a Saturday or a Sunday, just watching Bleach from morning to night. I was fucking obsessed. It just drew me in, and to this day I look back at that and be like, I walked in school the next day And mate was like, so did you give Bleach a try? I was like, yeah, I'm on episode 22. And he was like, Jesus Christ! It's only been like a day or two. I forget how long we had really been talking about it. It was funny. So yeah. Alright, well, one of the final tracks, as it would seem. It's this one. We ain't got time for like flying in stuff, you know. We're on a tight schedule here. And by tight schedule I mean I have nothing else going on today, so whatever's in it. Imagine having plans. Like, honestly, who? Who would even? Hang on, we're getting to the jam. I'm not sure if the music's up loud enough for you to even really hear it. I'm sorry about that. I was very concerned that you wouldn't be able to hear my dulcet tones over the soundtrack, so I made sacrifices. Again, no, I'm sure the soundtrack is on YouTube somewhere if you want to go find it. I'll probably add it to my playlist soon. Because on the YouTube playlist I still only have the Ratchet & Clank and Jak and Daxter games. This will get someone. They'll be like, oh look, I got a power up, and then boom! I think it got him actually. Yeah, it did. You saw his dot on the minimap slow down. That's how you know. I like how I've only just noticed this after years of playing. The reverse version of this track doesn't make much sense because the water is flowing against you. Well, I mean, I guess you could still powerboat across it, right? But I'm not going to test it now because I don't want to lose, but if I sit still, like, is it even going to, like, propel me backwards? Is it like an actual... Shit! Is it like an actual thing to be worked against? I wonder. Completely random thought, but I wonder what Minecraft would look like if it was made during the PlayStation 1 era. I bet someone's already made that mock-up for it. You know they probably have. Sorry. Not giving very good commentary, Christian. Come on, man. Get it together. You've only been streaming for an hour and a half. You can keep up the pace. You can keep talking about things like the weather, like American politics. Ooh, boy, no, let's not go there. Like, oh, I don't know, someone give me a topic. How about... This started off as a bit, and now I'm like, I'm too far into the bit. People think I legitimately have nothing to talk about, and I'm a terrible streamer. Oh no! Mainly because I couldn't think of like a joke topic for the bit. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Meanwhile, you just see like a player-created Skyrim character sneaking around my room, stealing everything from within sight of my face. Huh? Thought I heard something. Must have been the wind. Remember when we played Skyrim? That was pretty good. We did the Mages Guild storyline, or the College of Winterhold, sorry, storyline, and we did the Civil War questline as well. And I remember thinking, I looked it up the other day, I was like, that was only like a few months ago, wasn't it? That was like 2 years ago. Damn! I should get back to that playthrough at some point, because the whole point of it is to get the Platinum Trophy in Skyrim. Get every trophy. Do everything. Do a little bit of everything. And back then I was cutting VODs into like half-an-hour episodes, but that's way too much fucking work for something nobody cares about, so I'm not doing it anymore. YouTube saves your progress well enough these days, it's fine. You don't need half an hour freaking daily released things. I don't even bother with thumbnails on my VOD channel anymore. I just want them to be available for people who want to go back and see them in the future, which is me. It's always me. It's not necessarily like content with a capital C for the channel. For this channel it is. For that channel not so much. That's just an archive. I still know what you drove last summer. For fuck's sake, mate. You need to get rid of that, I think this is the last race in the game, actually. Hang on, I'm gonna burp. Burp. There you go. It even sounded like the word burp. I'm too good to you. Yeah, you need to get rid of that fucking... Oh, what's... The Rover, that's what I was looking for. You need to get rid of the Rover. I really want to play, speaking of cars, I really want to play Forza Horizon 4 again. But man, my PC cannot fucking handle it, so I'm just waiting for my Xbox Series S to arrive. I'll play it on that. I'm looking forward to playing it on that. So yeah, in this one you go across the rooftops. I don't remember doing that in the forwards version of this course, but I guess we probably did, right? I'm pretty sure we did, but I don't remember it. And we come out here and go across here. Yeah, for some reason I do not remember the forwards version of this track at all. But we must have done it. Wow, there's a lot going on right now. Gotta say, there have been no crashes from the emulators so far. That was something I was concerned about when I started this series. It'd be funny if the emulator crashed right now, wouldn't it? Just like, no! I like how I'm taking these massive turns, speaking of which, whoops. And Fat Trucker's just like having an easy time of it, like, what's this guy doing? Whoopsies. Now, the reason I remember this track so well, the reverse version of it specifically being the final track, which is going to make me look like an ass if I'm wrong, is... So do you remember in the first episode when I mentioned that as a kid I thought to unlock the time trial cars you literally had to basically do every race without getting hit, or like you'd have, first of all I thought you'd have to finish every race in first place, but it's like maybe you have to finish every race without being hit by any power-ups or something like that. I remember being on this one as Skullduggery, who's the guy we're about to unlock, spoilers, and just being like, wait, that still didn't unlock it? Like, I got so good at the game from playing it over and over, I was like, so, like, the concept of, like, them being unlocked through time trials was so out there to me. I was like, but wait, I was in first place the entire time, apart from obviously when I was in 8th at the start. I didn't get hit by a single thing, I won every race, and you're still not giving me the UFO. Yeah, I was a dumb kid, but I remember specifically being on this race and having super high nerves, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I can't get hit by any power-ups, I can't lose, I've got to basically win flawlessly. I even considered, like, maybe I have to do it within a certain amount of time, just not in the actual fucking time trial, because I was an idiot. I believe, I'll test this out soon, but I believe there are cheat codes to unlock the cars without having to do all the time trial stuff. So I'll look those up in a minute. So, because I think I do remember playing as them without having unlocked them, what's the word? Legitimately. Shit. Unfortunately the sound effects are too low. That actually has a really good sound effect. It's like splat. Actually it's nothing like that, but much more high pitched. It's like squick. We're on the home stretch now. Immediately bungles it. Oh, I'll show you the level creator as well. I don't remember much about it, so it should potentially be interesting. But I remember I spent ages on the PS2 version making levels. I think it comes with some demo levels too. Man, my throat's really dry today. Maybe I've got the Rona. No, I don't have a Rona. That I'm aware of. Because as we all know, asymptomatic bitches. I mean, one of the big issues here is that I'm hydrating myself using Pepsi Max, which is not an advisable idea. I should probably make a real drink soon. Oh, I do look like an idiot. This isn't the last race. I always forget about Return of the Killer Toy Motors. And then on PS2 as well, there's always a really shit pirate level at the end as well. I'm just usually like, oh yeah, the pirate one. I forgot. I gotta say, I do like all the boat designs for the different carts. Like, I just wish that somewhere there existed, like, concept art for the game, and like, I don't even know if a game like this would do concept art. I assume most games do concept art, but you know, this is like a fucking RC racer. Who knows? I mean, they all of the levels have clear themes and stuff, so I imagine that probably got fucking penciled out somewhere. Just like, it's like a mystery, like the design process of games like this, because it was 20 years ago. It wasn't a huge success that everyone talks about. It's basically like a long forgotten game, right? But at some point in time, a group of people cared very much about this game because they were making it and they wanted it to be good and they had ideas for it. And I think about that kind of thing a lot. Like, it's almost like it's almost like in like fantasy fiction where you have like these titanic gods and like, they came and seeded life here. What were they like? We know nothing about them. They're long gone. Nobody knows of them. That's basically a claim in this instance, for me. But then, I haven't done a huge amount of Google foo on this game, so maybe that stuff is out there and I just haven't found it. Because that's another thing you've always got to think about. Someone made the music for this game. Like, a lot of thought was put into like lots of different aspects of this game, and most people just like don't think about it these days. And the people who made the game might not even think about it much these days. Maybe it's sitting on someone's shelf, like all dusty, like this is one of the games I worked on, kind of a thing. I'm sure to a lot of them, it was just a job. Like, maybe they got contracted on to develop for it. I don't know, like, this was back in the day, maybe it was just like a 6-person job or something, but like, who knows, man. And I don't know if that's a normal thing, but whenever I'm consuming any kind of content, I'm always, apart from maybe music, because I don't know a lot about music, I'm always thinking about how it was made. And like the thought processes behind certain decisions. I love that shit so much. Hey, now that was the final level. Unless I'm mistaken, in which case that's extremely embarrassing. No, we would have a different loading screen if that was the case. Oh, I thought it was going to be like the intro screen, which you never hear because I've already gone past it by the time the game starts. For those of you unaware, it's etched into my brain for eternity. Or at least until I die and my brain rots. Congratulations! All races in Skullduggery Car are now available. Okay, so let's have a quick look at Skullduggery. We won't actually start a championship. This is Skullduggery. He is a skull on wheels. He is the best. Oh my god, I forgot what his boat form looked like. That's pretty swell. So yeah. you unlock the coolest car in the game by beating the game. However, hang on, actually, if we go back in, you will notice that this car and this car are mysteriously still locked. Before we look at those, let's have a look at track editor level. Oh, interesting. Okay, I guess this game, maybe it's just RC Revenge Pro that comes with pre-made levels. Alright. Track editor, there it is. Are you sure you want to go to the RC Revenge track editor? Yes, I am. This screen, by the way, the first time I saw it as a kid, I'm just remembering now, I was like, because it's so different. Like, all of the cheeriness of the UI is just taken out of it, and it's just like, you're in the level editor now. But yeah, this is the level editor. You press X to put down a piece. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember most of this, but as I'm learning now, here we go. This is more like it. You can change between some very rudimentary. Oh, I forgot about the music. Oh, this music fucking slaps. It's just like this, like. Hang on, I'll let you listen. It's so chill. I love it. So yeah, you have like the standard like go forwards pieces. You have a short turn, medium turn, long turn. You have slope upwards or downwards for these pieces. I believe, yeah, you can slope upwards like that way. Apparently you can't slope upwards to the right, but I think that's just because I'm out of... Wow, that's not a lot of level space, but yeah. That would appear to be the level space. So, interestingly, it looks like you can't make sharp right turns while going upwards, or medium upright turns while going steeply upwards, so that's interesting. You cannot move the camera at all either, which is kind of a shame. So you've got these cool things, like you can have like a little bridge in the road, you can have a little dip, you can have, I can't even tell what that is at this resolution, I think just bumps in the road. You can have a little zigzag part going inwards, you can have some water, you can have a hairpin going to the right or going to the left. Is that the right term, a hairpin? I believe so. Oh, you can have tunnels! I forgot about tunnels. Oh yeah, if you get to the edge it automatically shunts you to the right. I forgot about that. You can have like spilled milk like in the acclaim levels, I believe that's what that is. And then of course boosts. For some reason a little bridge in the middle of a road with no barriers on each side, and then a turn with no barrier on each side, both ways. So yeah, that's pretty much the extent of the level editor. Let's bring this back round to the end. Actually, that's not the extent of the level editor. There are a few more things. Let's start going downwards now. You can go underground, I believe, although I think it's all just floating mid-air actually, if I remember right. God, I don't even remember where the end is at this point. -3? What does that mean? Oh, I'm approaching max complexity, look at that. This piece, okay. Can I like undo a piece? Okay, yes I can. How do I get back? I don't remember how to get back. I need to finish the track. Oh, there it is. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a weird finish, but all of my tracks when I was a kid were shit! Okay, let's replan this. There we go. Oh shit. Is it not? Oh, is it too low? Fuck! I think that's too high. Maybe I need to do this. It's super hard to tell at this resolution what kind of depth we're at. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now, track is complete. We go to the options menu, we have all of these options. We will save a track in memory card slot 1, hopefully the emulator works correctly. Oh, hang on, okay, JJJJJJJ is actually the name of this track. So you save that right now. Now, was it just RC Revenge Pro where it was possible to... No, okay, so... Alright, so I'll show you this in a second. But first of all, play track. Single player. Skullduggery, of course. Track editor level! Here we go. We get to play our very own track editor level. And you will soon learn that it's not quite as exciting as the normal levels. But look at this! It's like, it's generated like a proper fucking level and everything that we've made. Which is quite impressive for a PlayStation 1 game, I must say. Mario Kart still doesn't have a fucking level editor. Although you can put that down to Nintendo being perfectionist about their shit. But yeah, this kind of blew my mind as a kid when I finally put my first level together and stopped being afraid of the loading screen. I was like, wait, what? And it is kind of cool how the AI just fucking follow it. Like, I didn't appreciate this back in the day, but now I'm like, man, this was like the year 2000. And they had AI which could just like adapt to tracks which you made on the fly. Which maybe isn't as impressive as I'm making it sound, I actually don't know. But yeah, unfortunately the item boxes spawn at intervals just by themselves. You can't really control that. I remember being slightly upset about that. I don't remember why. Maybe I had ideas for like special kinds of levels. But yeah, that's our track. We'll finish a full race in it. Oh boy. It's not a particularly great track, mind you, because this is just something I was quickly showing off to test it out. Like all of the weird pieces, like the ones with the rough bumps and like this piece and the other pieces, they're very just all slashed down in the same place. By the way, this power up I'm just doing here, that inverts everyone's controls, which is great on human players. Not so sure about AI. Obviously they are affected by it, but that's just programmed in, so it's not like I'm going, ha, I'm psyching them out. It's more like, oh, they're reacting to my power up. That's their program too. I think the fun in a power up like that is against human opponents and seeing how various people are like, oh shit, wait, what? And they can't control themselves, whereas other people just immediately get a grip on it like, ah, I'm fine. Also, I've just realised this level has its own music as well. It's weird how there's a delay between... I never noticed this as a kid, but I press power up and it takes a while for it to actually activate. I will not pull over, sir. I have a license to drive this skull. There we go. See, it's like a proper course. Bit empty on the on your visuals there, but believe it or not, they can change. Random track. You can just make a random track. Wait. We're testing this first. Okay, so we've already saved this track. It's fine. Dude, you can literally make random tracks. That's amazing. That's kind of fucking crazy. Like, this one looks pretty simple, to be honest, but like, okay, for everything I'm about to show you, I'm gonna generate a random track and we'll play it. So, background sky, you can have Azure Haze, New Day, Purple Dream, that one, Storm Rising, Mela Yella, Fantastica, Jaded Air, Cotton Candy, Skyfire. Oh, but that's all you can change? You can change the soundtrack to be special horror. Okay, but... Oh, that's a shame. I thought you could change... Okay, so in RC Revenge Pro, you can change the actual theme of a track entirely. So, like, the track doesn't just look like grey, like it does here. Let's just quickly test some of these out. What does New Day look like? If I complete the track, it will just... Oh, complete track automatically sends it to the end, I remember. Alright. I won't do entire... I'll just do one lap each of these. See how good the randomized levels are. Man, that's crazy that it has randomized levels. Are you kidding me? That's nuts. So yeah, New Day makes everything look pink, which is great. Like it's early in the morning. Through the tunnel. I wonder how much work it would take to make like a consistently like procedurally generated track that just keeps going on forever. Oh my god, he's caught between my wheels. Get off me. Look, they're all like, oh, we don't know how to control ourselves. Okay, so that's a random track. We'll do another random track now. Loading track editor. Alright. Random track. Wait, what? What did I press? Random track. No, don't unsave it. Don't save it even. Okay, and we will do this one. Oh. At Purple Dream. Pardon. I'm a burpy boy. Do apologize. Damn, this be pink though. I feel like I'm given my special ability way too often. A hard U-turn into a tunnel. Interesting choice, algorithm. Well, it's not an algorithm really, is it? Oh, did I just get hit by my own thing? What the fuck? My controls got inverted. How did I get hit by my own power-up? Alright. Maybe my controller glitched out. That would be some timing now. Off they go. Alright. Give us another track. Thank you. And whatever this is. Cumulocyrus. Not cum. Okay. Listen, my brain didn't go there, yours did. I was just telling you not to call it that. I definitely told you not to. I definitely didn't bring up. Yeah, let's just play the damn level. So it's just okay. I don't think these are very exciting, so maybe we shouldn't go through all of them. But basically, you get the idea, right? Different skyboxes and lighting. Hang on. Oh, very sneezy today. Don't throw bubbles at me. You make me sad. Oh wow, this is a really basic level. This is the kind of level I would expect a PlayStation 1 randomized track to make. Although here we go, there's some stuff here that's really hard to navigate. Yikes. Alright. One last thing I'll try in the track editor is Does it come with any presets? Okay, no it doesn't. That's fine. Oh my god, no, I don't care. Go away, I don't care. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm going to try one last thing in this game and then we'll wrap it up. Fuck off, no! I should read what I'm pressing. No. Yes, shit! Shit! Yes, no. Here we go. So now I'm going to Google RC Revenge cheat codes. Here we go. Enable all vehicles. Did that do anything? Only one way to find out. Hey, it worked. Okay, so the UFO is the final car you can unlock through time trials. The other one is Concept 3000. Let's do 2 races, one of each. Which track should we do? I feel like doing a Planet Adventure track. Let's just do the basic cars attacks. See, you can play with mirror mode. Actually, that might be a fun thing to do. Let's play with mirror mode on. That way I'm really showing you everything this game has to offer. So this is Concept 3000. And watch me go all the wrong ways because I don't know how to play this game. When it's mirrored. I've got to be honest, I've barely played with these cars before. I think I found the cheat codes to unlock them, played one race each with them and went, oh that's neat, and never touched them again. Which is funny considering how much effort I went through to... I went the wrong way for the shortcut because I forgot it was inverted. I told you this would happen. Oh, it's just me and the fucking UFO. God's sake, Christian! It just goes to show how much of this game is muscle memory when I make mistakes like that. Ow. Man, that really bit me on the ass. Oh dude, that UFO got fucked up. That's what happens when you mine someone who's literally directly behind you, folks. Don't do it. Oh, okay, so his special is... I didn't know they had specials, but that makes sense. His special is just... I guess the same as Sarge's, except it has the battery power-up. It just makes him go super fast. Zoom. It's just a longer lasting battery. That's cool, though. I've noticed the special ones are all a bit like that. I think Skullduggery's one is the most unique. In the PS2 one, they added extra cars, so every single cup unlocked a new car. And the interim ones had more unique special powers. Like, Bronze Cup unlocked a guy called Corporal who could, like, shoot shit from his bajongas. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. He could shoot from his cannons and stuff like that. It was more, like, specific to their appearance. Oh my god, where's the shortcut? I don't even know where the shortcut is when it's inverted. I don't like this. There's probably some people whose brains are really good at dealing with inverted stuff right now, and they're just like, Christian, get it together, man. Also, interesting to note, the numbers on the walls are inverted as well, and like the question marks on the very boxes for the items are also inverted. And it makes me wonder, is that something that they went out of their way to add, or the way they inverted it, did they literally just like invert it like in the code? I don't know how they would even do that. I'm not a dev. Stop missiling me! It's very rude. I'm actually getting quite upset about the entire thing. So if you could just not do that, that would be great. Thank you very much. So I guess it would be here. No. Man, I do not know where this fucking shortcut is. Oh, it's here, dumbass. I was in the wrong fucking place for it. That's funny. And then this way, right? Okay, we're getting it. So yeah, this guy's basically an electric car, which is interesting. At least that's what it sounds like. But I don't know if electric cars were even really a thing back in the year 2000. But it's supposed to be a super high-tech future concept car anyway, so who knows. It's interesting that this game gives you a speedometer, right? It's not just me who thinks that, like, games like this don't typically tend to measure your speed on screen. So it's not really useful to know. Also, it doesn't even say, like, 60 miles per hour, 60 kilometers per hour. What are we doing? Because we are RC cars, remember? So if we're going 60 miles per hour as RC cars, that's kind of insane. Maybe, oh, this is the American version of a game I think I downloaded, so it would be miles. If it was going by their system. So I think kilometers per hour is a European thing. In England we use miles, but I think we're a bit different. We're a bit weird. Now let's test out the UFO. And let's... Oh man, I have so many fond... I think I like these three the most. I think you start with Jungle World, don't you? So let's do Jungle World to end it off. I have enjoyed my time revisiting this game, and I will be sad that it will be over. I'll keep it installed though, and I'll probably just play it every so often, but I'm sad our time with it here on Megabyte Avenue is coming to an end. Well, I guess I'm not really sad. Because it means we get to go on to do more different and unique and... What am I trying to say? It means we get to go on and do different things, which is cool. It's not like I'm never going to play this game again. But it's been fun. Going over one of my favourite childhood games. I always thought it was weird that this guy didn't have wheels, but I think he still behaves like he has them. Like, you can kind of tell some ways, like the way he bounces and stuff. It's very similar to just the regular cars. Like, he definitely has some invisible wheels going on. Does this guy just not have a special in? Because I feel by now I would have picked it up. Because they're super easy to get. They're easy to get when you actually hit the weapon boxes though. So this is like our victory lap for finishing this on Megabyte Avenue. I can't say that all PlayStation 1 games are going to take 2 parts to finish. Some of them might take like 7 or 8. Some of them might be so badly aged that I give up on them at the end of part 1, but that's going to be part of a series. That's a disclaimer I make at the start of every series. I'm not going to make any promises, I might change my mind, but as for the next Megabyte Avenue stream, I do have Gex Gecko downloaded and installed. Well, I say installed, it's a fucking emulator. But that was actually one of the first games I downloaded to test, and I did test it, and it has aged extremely poorly, but I think that would actually make for good content, if I'm being honest. Mind you, I was playing that at like forced widescreen and stuff, which might have caused issues that I was unaware of. And that's our victory lap complete. Looks like the UFO does not have any special items, but that's just fine. So I guess I'm going to end it there, with the victory music blaring, and the car, the most difficult car in the game, that we did not make the effort to unlock, doing a victory lap, or 10, because this is actually quite a short course. But yeah, I think I've said pretty much everything I want to about this game over the course of these 2 streams. But just once more, one of my absolute favourite games from my childhood. Like, when I think of PlayStation 1, this is like the game my brain immediately goes to. I know most people would say Crash Bandicoot, and yes, I played loads of Crash Bandicoot and all that, but like, this was just such a like unique and fun game. It's shaped a lot of what I like in racing games for years to come. Nowadays I like all kinds of racing games, from Gran Turismo to tabletop toy car racing, or whatever the hell it's called. But I definitely do have a soft spot for the more arcadey titles like these. So yeah, thank you for watching. It's been a very enjoyable experience. I wonder if RC Revenge Pro was ever released on the original Xbox. And then I wonder if that's on the store for backwards compatibility. Because, don't put it past me, I will buy it again. Is it on the original Xbox? Does not look like it. Oh well, that's a shame. Anyway. Oh, here we go. A Reddit thread. RC Revenge for the PS1. Any similar games for the Xbox 360, PC or Mac? They've posted a screenshot of RC Revenge Pro, by the way. Just throwing that out there. So I remember this pretty awesome game for the PlayStation called RC Revenge that was kind of like Mario Kart without the characters, I guess, except you could build and race on your own racetracks. Are there any more recent race car games like that? I'm not talking Forza / NASCAR type games with just straight racing, but like Blur, where it has power-ups and stuff too. Except you can create and edit your own tracks. Anything? Isn't RC Revenge going to be on the Rare Mega Game Collection disc? No, you are thinking of something else, my dude. Trackmania! Yes, that is a good point. Trackmania is a good game. It's not like this, it's not like an RC racer with power-ups and stuff, but as far as the making your own tracks part is concerned, absolutely. Trackmania is great for a whole host of other different reasons. But either way, we're probably slowly going mad due to this music, so I am now going to end the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the VOD if that's what you've done. And I will see you later.